If you're not doing this one thing, you can kiss muscle building goodbye. Guys, that was kind of low-key my worst nightmare. Tighten and tone and get more snatched, and a great starting point for everyone that's pretty much foolproof.
It's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Like, your body is going to completely transform. Welcome to another video. I just went to a new I went to the same studio that I usually go to, but I tried out a different yoga class. I've been doing like either hot yoga or a gentle yoga and like sound bath flow, but this was a heated power flow, which is what it was called. The room was like 95 to 100 degrees, but honestly felt so good and cozy because it's literally 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. But it was kind of exactly what I needed because my legs are still so sore because I hit legs and went skiing in one day, and I'm on day 3 and I'm still super sore. So it was a nice little restorative flow. I am pretty tired though because I went to bed way too late when I had to make that 8 a.m. class. So anyway, I'm at the gym right now. Lenny's delivering eggs.
Egg delivery.
Thanks, Lenny. I was planning on cold plunging and then hot tubbing. So, and maybe we'll play racquetball, I'm not sure. I didn't film it stupidly, but we played a singular game. It was kind of mellow. We played till...
Mellow?
Well, I just mean we're both low energy. I'm so sorry. But we had a really good game. I was on his heels. We'd go back and forth. I would get a point, you would get a point, blah, blah, blah. I was at game point. Then I lost it. Then he got even with me. Then he got game point. Then he won. So.
Anything but mellow, man. That was... You have some backhand game.
So do you.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuffing
like,
it.
Yeah, we were going on.
It was a good game. I guess I just feel like mentally I wasn't.
proper.
Yeah, true. Today. I feel like the clock over there is slow because my timer on my camera says 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but with that basically says it's only been a minute. I'm going off my camera. Absolute smackerel. I feel insane. Oh my goodness gracious. At least it's gorgeous outside. The sun is out. Oh my god, that felt so cold. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, hell to the no. Is it really unlocked? Oh. It's so cold. This doesn't even feel that hot because I am literally in ice cube. Like, I still feel cold. I think that was the coldest ice bath I've done in a while. I think it just got so cold. They heat it a little bit so it doesn't ice over. But I mean, because it got so, like, it's literally 10 degrees right now. I think it just got so cold.
Is it warm?
I just cold plunged and I literally still feel freezing. I can't
No, that
feel
is
it.
cold.
What?
That's not warm.
No, it probably is, but I
No,
just...
it's not.
It's not?
No, it's none of us have been in it. Yes. Oh, it's warm enough.
Okay, because I was like, is it just me? Okay, well I guess that makes more sense. Guys, that was kind of low-key my worst nightmare. Went to cold plunge. Basically, both hot tubs are out of commission. And thank the Lord that guy said something because my bitch ass would not have even noticed. I would have just been like, Brian, my body temperature got so low, I can't even feel the hot tub. But anyway, I went into the sauna, which helped. But then I got cold again when I left. So anyways, I'm literally gonna go home and take a hot shower because I'm still shivering. So, oh! A couple videos ago, I shared with you guys 3 painfully simple things that I did to drop body fat and lose weight. So I kind of wanted to recreate the same video, but now for those of you who are also wanting to gain muscle. This is my sweet spot. This is how I started and got into weight training. This was my first #1 goal because I was always on the leaner end when I was younger. I started weight training when I was 16 years old, actually. I'm 25 now, so it's honestly been almost a decade, which is absolutely insane to me. I also became a certified personal trainer. I basically followed these 3 main principles religiously for years. And it's what allowed me to really see some great progress and build some good foundational muscle. So I'll have a few photos of kind of like before and after when I first started and my progress pictures kind of throughout the years. And my intention with these couple of videos is just to purposely leave it very simple because I feel like there's so much information online, and I understand because I've been there where it can feel so overwhelming, where you don't know what's true, what to go with, how to digest it. Like there just can be a lot of information out there. So I wanted to provide just a couple of videos that are super simple for you guys to digest and apply, and a great starting point for everyone that's pretty much foolproof that will lie a really great foundation for your own protocol. Rule numero uno. If you're not doing this one thing, you can kiss muscle building goodbye. Okay, that's honestly a solid promise. There's so much research behind this that you need an adequate amount of stimulus in order to evoke muscle growth and change and adaptation, okay? Because if you're not giving your muscles a reason to grow and adapt and get stronger, why would they, okay? So that brings us to our first point, which is the need for progressive overload. This basically in simple terms is just meaning to increase the intensity and the difficulty of your training and of your workouts over time. If you're constantly lifting the same amount of weight, doing the same amount of reps, doing the same amount of sets, you're not feeling super fatigued at the end of it. Your last rep looks identical to your first rep. If you're able to speak, normally have casual conversations throughout your set, you are not training hard enough, and there's not going to be a large enough stimulus on your muscles to actually require and initiate change in your muscles. Mainly this is going to look like for the most of us is increasing your weight. A great foolproof way to gain muscle is just to get really strong at main compound lifts, especially for my newbies in the gym. 2, you can increase the amount of reps that you're doing with that same weight, or you can add on more sets. You can also increase your time under tension, which basically means you can do this a few different ways. This can be by slowing down the movement, so not rushing through your move and going super quickly. Slow down your tempo, or it could be from increasing your range of motion. So basically, for example, if you are doing like a reverse lunge, you can add a block so that it's increasing the depth of the lunge. You have to go deeper, and therefore 1 rep is taking longer to complete, which is therefore increasing the time under tension or the duration that your muscles are undergoing that load. Speaking from my experience, what really got me to see a lot of change was me really trying to always be increasing my weight and lifting as heavy as I can with good solid form. Of course, I'm not trying to like risk anyone for injury, so of course make sure you're doing it safely and making sure that you're nailing down form beforehand. But when I was really in strict bulking phases, I went through 2 official bulking phases. That was like my #1 priority. Every time I was in the gym, I was trying to lift as heavy as I possibly could in my designated rep range, and I just was constantly trying to go heavier and heavier, and that coupled with a few other things I'm going to share with you in this video just made my progress skyrocket. So that's definitely #1. Make sure you are incorporating progressive overload. Make sure you're training hard. Make sure you're training till failure. You're bringing most exercises to failure. I'm telling you, this is the deciding factor with so many people, especially women, when it comes to actually seeing progress, because the reality of it is people are just not training hard enough. So it's kind of what I'm saying when I say that your last rep should not be looking like your first rep, okay? You shouldn't be able to talk casually throughout your set. If you're making funny faces, that's usually a good sign. You should not be having any more than maybe 1 to 2 reps in the tank, if that, for at least the majority of your compound movements. If you're feeling like you're finishing a set and you could have done 5 more reps, that's not what we're looking for. You can increase the weight or you can do more reps. We really want to make sure that you're pushing yourself, because again, if you're feeling comfortable in your lifts, you're not giving your body a reason to change and grow and adapt. You need to get your body to an uncomfortable position, which is going to feel uncomfortable mentally and physically, in order to give your body that reason to change. And this is not to say that you should be training every single solitary exercise till failure for 7 workouts of the week. No, this is for my people who have their 3 to 5 weight training sessions per week. Yes, you should be really pushing close to failure for a majority of your compound movements. This is just the honest truth. A lot of people get a little nervous when they see the scale increase, okay? And that's just unfortunately going back to how we've been programmed in society to see that as a bad thing when it's obviously completely entirely not. But having something like a body analyzer, I think really gives a lot of peace of mind and honest perspective to see, okay, where is this weight actually coming from? Is it water? Is it muscle mass? Is it body fat? And it just will actually break down what's going on in an objective way. So I am in fact back with this Hume Health Body Analyzer. You guys, I don't know how else to say this. My family is insane. And I think people, like, when I said they're like, oh, haha, like funny, like love it. No, like when I tell you every single person on my in my family has gotten on this scale, like including significant others, everyone who is in my close inner circle has stepped on this scale, okay? That is because we're all competitive and we're also all fitness junkies. So I'm just saying we absolutely love this. This has been such a hot topic of conversation in my family. This has literally been dinner conversations, okay? That's how much we love this. It's basically an at-home like DEXA scan, in-body scan at home. It has about 98% accuracy as the DEXA scan. They also even did some studies to compare the 2 data set points between the DEXA scan and this smart body analyzer for body fat and muscle mass. So this has 8 different frequency sensors and it uses a patented BIA frequency to be able to test like over 40 different body composition stats. So like your body fat, your muscle mass, even it breaks down from limb to limb, which I think is so cool to see, like muscle imbalances and all that sort of stuff. It comes with a free app, obviously, to see all of your data, and you can connect up to 20 different devices on one singular scale. So that's literally what my whole family has done. We've all downloaded the Hume Health app and we've all just connected this via Bluetooth. So again, we honestly love this thing. This does have increased accuracy because it's sending the frequency through the bottom of your feet, but also when you hold the handle up top, so it's able to accurately measure both your upper body and your lower body, whereas other normal smart scales will just basically send the frequency through the bottom half of your body and then just use an equation to compensate for the top half. So if you guys use my code LIVEFIT, you'll be able to get 20% off of your purchase. I'll have everything linked down below in the description box, and also my discount code again, it is LIVEFIT for 20% off. And thank you to Hume Health for sponsoring today's video and basically giving another thing for my entire family to be competitive about. Second tip, in my opinion, is honestly just as important as the first one because they really are 2 sides of the same coin. Like you need both in order to actually be going in the direction that you're wanting to be going in. So my next tip is to make sure that you're eating enough food, okay? I feel like a big mistake that, I don't want to say a big mistake because it's not incorrect, it just wasn't necessarily, I didn't really need to go that full force, I guess if you will. I was always under the impression that you need this huge surplus in order to actually be able to build muscle, because obviously if you think about it at the core, it's still correct. Like we need to give our body enough calories to give it the building blocks to actually build the muscle and repair and recover our muscles. But you really don't need as big of a surplus as I thought. Like I was eating anywhere between like 500 to 1,000 calories of a surplus. Again, that is going to be unique for everyone. Like if you're a really hard gainer, like, and what your goals are just is really going to depend. But for me, I personally didn't need to go that dramatic. And I feel like that is a barrier to entry for people, is that they're worried to eat so much. A, because it can be difficult to eat that much food, but 2, they're worried of the excess body fat that's going to come with that in order to get the muscle. And I'm here to say you don't have to have that large of a surplus. And if you minimize that surplus where you have enough to actually give your body enough fuel to build the muscle, but without it being too much so that your body won't be storing as much excess body fat. So if you're someone who's watching who wants to build that muscle mass but wants to minimize their fat gain, just having a small surplus is a great way to do it, anywhere between like 250 to max 500 calories. And you also want to slowly be leading into that. Again, you also don't have to track if you don't want to. I did all of this intuitively. I would just basically visually increase my portion sizes. I did have experience with tracking in the past, which helped me, but I'm just throwing out numbers just to give perspective more than anything. However, you don't necessarily have to be in a surplus to gain muscle, especially if you are someone who is brand new to the gym, don't have a lot of consistent experience with weight training. You also can still build muscle while eating around your maintenance level of calories. So the biggest thing here is that we don't want to be eating in a deficit. We want to make sure that we're eating enough, either at maintenance level level or in a surplus. When you're new to the gym, there's something called body recomposition, and this still can happen to people who have still been lifting for some time. But basically what this is going to do, you're going to be eating at your maintenance level of calories, and while you are still weight training and doing some cardio and things like that, you're going to help your body go through a recomp, meaning you're going to actually be gaining some muscle while you are losing some body fat. So again, my biggest point for point number 2 is make sure that you're eating enough calories, protein, carbs, fats, all of it overall, so that you're giving your body enough to work with and build with. You don't have to go into a surplus. If your main goal is 100% I just want to gain weight and gain muscle, it's going to help make that process more efficient by going into a surplus. But if you want to minimize potential fat gain, just staying at your maintenance level at least will still work to help your body go through body recomp. The last and final tip is to make sure that you are getting your protein in. I know we always hear about this, but it truly is so important. This literally is a game changer for so many different reasons, and it plays a really big role in your body's ability to repair your muscles and therefore build. So I'm always aiming for about 1 gram of protein per body pound that I weigh, but a more like kind of inclusive, applicable range to everyone is like 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per body pound that you weigh. The leaner you are, the closer you'll be up to that 1.2. The higher body fat percentage you have, the closer you'll be to like 0.7 or 0.8. I know it seems like a lot, but if you split it up into your 3 meals and 1 to 2 snacks for the day, it definitely is way more manageable to get it in. Protein is absolutely amazing because it helps keep us fuller for longer. It obviously is the direct building blocks to help to repair our muscles and have them become stronger, because when we're training in the gym, we're basically just creating little micro tears in our muscle fibers, and that protein is what's helping to rebuild that. It's a very satiating macronutrient, and then of course it helps to maintain and grow that lean muscle tissue, which is what we're wanting. So protein is absolutely huge. Whenever I'm really trying to get my body in shape, either if that's just me trying to feel a little bit more snatched, or if it's me trying to gain some muscle, I'm always trying to prioritize on really making sure I'm hitting my protein intake. Like honestly, even if your goal isn't to like build a bunch of muscle, but if you're just looking to kind of like tighten and tone and get more snatched, if you just eat at maintenance, eat really high protein, and train hard with intensity, like your body is going to completely transform. I am about to export this video. I hope this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching and just for your love and support. It means the world. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Peace out.